So, whilst we are all here, apart from Nathan, because I think we can continue, because he won't appear until slightly into the session, so we can push on ahead, so to speak. Okay, so
shall we just put up that we are live?
Yeah, if you want to, if somebody wants to do all that sort of thing.
Can someone do Twitter if I do Facebook?
I will get on the tweets now.
Oh, on the tweets.
I'm told for this social media malarkey.
I think my pizza's here. What's that?
Is it a pasta pizza? That's the question.
I mean, pizza's like related to pasta. It's all Italian, so yes. Oh,
I like your logic train.
I haven't even opened my beer yet. There it is.
Why? What? You're kind of slacking, Emily. I mean,
I know,
right? You don't even open the beer. What the fuck?
With my handy dandy Sailor Moon beer opener.
I really miss beer.
Oh, well, it's not beer. It's strawberry and pop, and I'm so excited to try it.
Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, it's old mood. Yeah, it's good cider.
Oh yeah, that's good cider. I have a new favourite. No, I just got a There's Ignatius character sheet. Found you.
I got, before you guys came on, I got saved by Google Drive's backup feature because my character sheet was fucked.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
It was missing a lot of stuff.
Oh.
Because I think I was updating to the latest version of the character sheet and did like half of it, and then Adobe crashed. And I'd forgotten that, and I just uploaded it to the group. So luckily, it had a rollback.
Pizza.
Oh, I want to see the pizza.
Pizza.
Pizza cam.
Pizza cam. Give us that dirty food porn.
Okay, now I will do the Facebook.
Pizza cam.
Pizza cam. Pizza
Wait, no, because it might fall out. Hang on. Because we've got this place in Nottingham called Mod, and it's like Subway, but pizza.
That lid come off the box?
Yeah, I was about to say.
All of the meat!
Oh my god, I want it.
Yeah, there's a few places in Nottingham now which do this, the whole, it's like Subway, but it's pizza sort of gimmick. And I'm just like trying them all out to see which one's the best.
I do not blame you on that. I would probably make my life's goal the same thing.
Wow, got my totally professional stack of boxes to hold my camera upstairs still.
Trying to remember my fucking Yahoo account access information. That's crazy, man. It's crazy, guy.
Yahoo, it's 2017. Get with the times.
Maybe on the... Oh shit. Can I be on the professionally Twitter and my personal Twitter at the same time? I can.
The marvels of technology.
Is it sorted it?
It's asking to... Hang on, have you just confirmed it now?
No, I'm struggling to gain access, so I'm asking you whether or not I need to bother to try and persist in trying to fucking do it.
I think it's a tweet. Okay, it's just being like, confirm your email address to access all of Twitter's features. Blah 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 blah.
Pardon me.
Oh shit. Yes.
We're allowed to tweet and retweets. I don't know what it's complaining about.
I'm hoping I'm logged in on Twitter on my laptop because I cannot remember my password details. Shit.
Oh, my glasses are so dirty.
It's so secure, even you don't know how to get in.
Oh fuck, I'm not logged in. Oh.
You have your phone there.
Yeah, but it's over there. Behind me. The land of the bedroom.
Confirm your whatchamacallit. Yeah, that seems fine.
Oh wait.
Signed in notification. Is this you? If I don't... Oh. If this isn't you, you don't need to do anything. But it wasn't. And I'm not going to do anything either.
So, oh, that was nice. It's fine.
Yeah, it hasn't actually sent me anything email wise of like confirming it. So
Have you checked your spam?
yeah, I've checked my spam. Check my spam. I love spam. Nah, fuck it, leave it. If it causes a problem at some other point, we'll sort it. But for now, it seems to be fine.
Where's my notebook?
Teleportation activate.
Aha! Knew I was missing something.
Right, okay. So, whilst people eat pizza and, you know, stress over Twitter, I've prepared something today, which is going to be... I don't know, it might be relaxing. We'll see. We'll see how far it goes.
Relaxing?
Yeah, relaxing. I don't know, it might be a step
In
change.
the Underdark.
You?
Fucking laugh.
I
Where are we
think...
relaxing?
I think you're trying to give everybody the wrong impression of me. I don't do anything horrible to people at all. I mean, I'm a gentle person. I'm a gentle person, kind of.
I mean, Ryan
Anyway.
doesn't even have a kill count yet.
No, I need to get to at least 3 before I get a fucking UAV. Anyway,
So you can say, oh my god, a triple!
I'm on a kill streak.
Monster kill.
Right, okay. So, session 8. Right. So, surprise, there's going to be a slight time jump from the last session.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
You mean we're not going to have a rowing montage? I was so looking forward to the rowing
Cut-
montage.
Down the stream.
You are actually going to have a rowing montage, but what music plays over said montage is completely up to your interpretation of what I'm about to say.
To the danger zone. That's what I'm voting for, because it feels thematically appropriate.
Cranks is just strumming her lute, singing that.
That's my first strike of copyright from Twitch.
Oh, no.
It's okay, I probably sang it so out of key, they probably will just, their ears will just bleed, it's fine.
Right, okay. So, where we left the last session, you guys were sailing for rowing away from Sloopadoop. And we're going to do a little bit of a time jump. So we're going to do about a 10-day, because the Darklake is quite vast in its expanse. So over the course of these days, there's a few things that are kind of generalized, but if you want to have specific conversations with each other during those days, you could role play that out once we begin. But there are a few things I just want to go through. Okay, so you still every now and again hear the screams and crushing bones and fractured earth beneath the behemoth tentacles of the twin baboon face monstrosity that killed your friend Ro in the days past. Filled with awkward silences and scattered conversations of better times. By your count, it's been nearly a 10 days since Sloopadoop. You've witnessed the cascading falls of a waterfall that sparkles red when the marrow attends to their young. The call of the Koatoa in mourning over the loss of the largest settlement has kept some of you awake for days. Each of you took shifts in rowing and sleeping within the small boat that you acquired. Occasionally you took to a promising berthing point to venture out to land. However, the caves and tunnels that you found led nowhere but to dead ends and cliff faces. Cracks. Catherine fills the silent moments looking out across the lake. You can almost hear her voice on the wind. You remember where you laid her to rest, following the rituals and laments that are required by the god that she revered. Even though she's gone, and at times that you struggle to remember particulars of her face, you feel closer to her now than you have ever been in the past. Artemis, it's been some years since you've seen your brother and your parents. Over the last few days, you've struggled with trying to rationalize why you haven't gone back to see them to this point. Now trapped in the Underdark with a group of people that appear to be barely holding on to their own sanity, you have seriously thought about leaving them every time you have birthed somewhere. However, you remember the spiders, and you remember the last time that you ventured out on your own. Everyone give me a perception check.
That's a natural 20.
Woo! Way!
First roll of the day.
I rolled a 3, so that's a good thing.
So did I.
Yay!
Yay! 3 buddies.
Pass.
6 total.
21.
It's a
20.
4 total for me.
21 for me, 19.
21 and a natural 20. So, quite funnily, Crex and Artemis, this happens at different times. It's not at the same time, and it comes on quite quickly. You're at a point during one of the days where you aren't rowing. The boat, to give context, over the course of 8 hours, that kind of thing, you could probably move a few miles per hour. There is a slight current. At points, you are, fighting against said current. But during these down times, where you have time to converse, eat, retreat into your own internal dialogue, there's a moment where all the ambient noise kind of vanishes for a few moments, and you look to your into your right hand, and then for the briefest of moment you can see what appears to be an eye appear into the palm of your hand, and it looks old, it looks bloodshot, diseased. A tear falls out of the corner, and it blinks and vanishes, and then like somebody leaning into your left ear, you hear like a whisper on the wind, and it says, "Baba Yaga awaits." And then the ambient noise returns, and that's it. You go back to whatever you were doing before. This happens at different times for the pair of you.
Fun times.
Crix is a little bit freaked out and just kind of tries to puzzle it over in her head. Doesn't really say anything.
Oh, you're going to keep it to yourself?
For the time being.
Okay.
Yeah, don't let anyone know about that.
Until I can work out what it is. And obviously we don't know that it's happened to each other.
Nope.
No. Cool.
Make a note of that. Because that's totally not going to come back to bite us.
The pair of you, let's say, Artemis, you can give me, well, between the pair of you, you've got a choice. You can either give me a religion roll, or you can give me a nature roll, depending on what you want to use. But tell me what you're going to use before you roll.
Same score for both for me. So
I'm going to go with religion.
Okay.
I'll go with I'll go with fuck, god damn it, it's broken already. I'll go with religion.
I want a 7.
A 7.
What's up, Nathan?
Yo.
The first one of the night for me.
I was muted.
Natural 20.
Hey.
So 22 on my religion.
22.
I fucking love this dice.
So, Crex, you... the name sounds familiar. You're not entirely sure, because 22 was a fail.
Even on a natural.
Was it a natural 20?
Yes, it was.
A natural 20, so it was a pass, actually.
Sorry.
So, the name does ring a bell. It, as far as you're aware, refers to a hag of some notoriety. This hag, in the tales that you have read or have heard over the years, at various points, are very... what's the word? Morbid would be a very good word to use. The name is quite synonymous with children being abducted, never seen again, with wives having issues with their partners and then inherently cursing them over the eons. The names associated with that to do various rituals and etc. to try and bring about those kind of things. To what Baba Yaga actually is, a hag is, shown, is mentioned here and there. She's referred to as a witch, of various descriptions and various levels of ugliness. However, nobody actually knows. So we'll leave it as that.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. So, whilst is there anything that you guys want to talk about, or you want to do whilst you're travelling? Because I say you are on the water for about a 10-day. And there is occasionally, there's going to be points where you spend a few hours on land because you found a berthing point for the boat, and you have ventured out onto land, ideally to sleep and stuff like that. But you've, like I said, you've eventually found your way back to the boat, because these tunnels and roads lead nowhere.
Okay. At some point when we would have taken some time to sleep, when it would have been Jen's watch, she will have gone over to Crex and slipped something into her pack. And Kelly, next time you check your pack, let me know.
Shall do. I'm making it that as well. I'm just going to jump off the call.
It's a piece of paper, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Sweet. Anybody else?
Just going to jump out a sec, try and fix my camera.
Sweet. Ignitia and Artemis, is there anything that you want to do?
I imagine Ignatia is probably just spending a lot of time not wandering off on her own, but she's separating herself, and she's not talking to anyone at all, unless absolutely necessary.
All right, that is appropriate. Right. Ignitia, give me a perception check.
Natural 20?
Hey!
Yay, that's 3 so far.
Yes, it is. So, on a couple of these birthing points, you've noticed a you've noticed some markings and etc. On you come to like a few down a few tunnels. There's been a few areas that have been ideal for sleeping, and there's some sign that other people have used them through a certain amount of time. They've used them because it's quite enclosed, or it's quite safe compared to the openness of the Darklake. And a few of these, it has occurred to you that you've seen similar markings in each one, and it looks like a claw mark with some like diagrams around them. They've not been in plain sight. They've been kind of like tucked away somewhere, obscured in some fashion. But it only dawns onto you after seeing like the last one. It's like, I've kind of seen that before. Not sure what it is. It's one of those things like, oh, that's a bit odd.
Can I
Yep.
investigate it?
You can certainly try.
So where's my desk? Where's my character sheet? 18?
18. The claw mark does, from your experience with animals, the claw mark does look like it comes from a large creature, something akin to the size of an owl bear, or an actual bear, or like a saber-toothed tiger, or something of that kind of like size. It is different to, say, like smaller creatures, because there are 4 claws rather than 3. And the writing, however, yeah, you don't know. You don't know the language. Is there anything that Crex wanted to do if she's back? Oh, she got 2 up.
Oh, it's 2 Crexes.
Oh my God.
Overheated and shut down.
Oh dear.
So I'm cameraless for the time being. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I want to do. Contemplating on where I've acquired have come from.
Where the what?
Oh, that's warm. Concentrating on like where my my newfound cleric powers have come from, and trying to work out.
Okay.
All that stuff.
Over the course of the 10 days, you would have had a vision at one point where you would have seen a dwarf that looks it doesn't look overly regal. It looks kind of average, to give a description. It doesn't look like he holds a certain amount of radiance, or he's celestial in any capacity. But the only thing that he wears is a bronze mask. And the time that you see him, I mean, it's not a dream, because you've never had a dream that's been so vivid, where you can touch trees and you can put your hands and feel the lake and smell like eucalyptus in the air, which is completely different to the experience that everyone's going through into the Underdark. It did feel like a vision. Whoever this entity was didn't say a single word to you. He gave you a glance, and looked you in the eye, and then you would have woken up and you would have gained your cleric abilities.
Okay, I'm totally okay with that. I'd like to imagine that I also spent some time like putting cans on the side of the boat and just guiding bolt them off.
Yes.
I'm making hand gestures, and I realise none of you can see them.
Welcome to our world.
I would also kind of, at some point, probably fairly early on in the journey, add like Tide and Rose name to the list of names in my kind of journal type thing.
Yeah, like anything to do with like diary entries and breeding and stuff like that. Unless you're aiming for something.
Nah, just
in game. You it's just basically of a given.
Yeah.
You just need to say that you've done it.
For a second, I thought you said breeding.
So did I, to be honest. I really thought you said breathing, and I was like, I don't know how to bring this up.
Somebody did. Okay.
We're breeding now. Oh God.
So Nook has been in this particular place for a few days now. Is there anything particular that you would want to do in this settlement? If there isn't, it's fine. Yeah, if there's anything particular that you want to do, or anywhere particular you want to be.
I reckon there's like a place in this settlement that Nook goes to information, and he meets some skeezy individuals who know of loot and places where I might find some.
Okay. Yep. That is appropriate.
I would like to go to that place.
Okay. You will find that out as everybody else does. But yes, that is fine. That is cool. Okay, so back to everybody else. After about the 11th day has passed, you come round a. You're basically following the water line on the left to guide you, because it seems appropriate. None of you know any directions. If you just tried to sail through the middle of the Darklake, it would be very easy for you guys to get lost. So at some point, somebody would have mentioned, we'll just follow the the birth points, or just keep going around where the land is on the left, and just follow it as much as we can, because we're bound to come across another settlement, right? Question mark. So after about 11 days of all these various activities happening, and each of you have, to some extent, accepted the loss of Ro, and are in the places internally where you are at this point. So as you come round, you come around this embankment that seems to be full of fungus, and there's it looks to be like a skeletal structure coming out of some of the rock, or seems to be part of the rock. You're not entirely sure. When I say skeletal structure, it is part skeleton, but you can't. The shape, it looks too big to be like anything that you've seen before, but it is just like pure bone. There's no flesh. It's been there for fucking ages, eons. As you're following this round, you can start to hear, like, every now and again,